Nick said that he copped the Xbox like a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I don't know what that means. And he was like, it means I got it.
Yeah.
Like,
you never heard that?
You didn't know what copped meant?
Well, but see, the worst part is that like my wife was saying like, you've never heard of cop a field? I was like, well, yeah, I understand what that is. And she was like, yeah, what did you think cop meant then? And I was like, I just never heard it put in an Xbox sort of way.
No, it's like I think I learned that from like sneakers. Like, oh, I copped this pair of J's that dropped.
That's the problem with society. We're all just like slowly losing our language.
That's just evolving.
Anyways, though, I guess so. Welcome to Codec Call, ZTargeting's weekly gaming podcast where we talk about games and stuff, mainly stuff, sometimes games. And my name is Dakota. I'm joined today by Luke and Buck.
Yo.
See? I didn't know if you guys had anything interesting to say there, but whatever. It's fine. You know what? Screw it. Let's just jump right into it, guys. Right?
Yes, sir.
So, let's go on to our segment. What you drinking, Luke?
Well, tonight I'm enjoying a Stone Ruination Double IPA. It's very good. If you like IPAs, highly recommended. Good label, clean, aesthetically pleasing.
You said Stone, right?
Yes, Stone Brewing from somewhere California. They make excellent beers.
Did you get another sampler or just a 6-pack?
No, just a 6-pack.
It's nice. All right, let's move on to Buck. Let's hear it.
They got Jaeger shots. The Nex is normally such like, for some reason I haven't been able to find Jaeger anywhere.
What?
I'm so serious, dude.
Why? I know why. Okay,
Why?
so, well, you know about the ABC store, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why. Because, well, you know this, so I feel like I'm just being redundant. But
What do you mean? What do I know? Jaeger should be at the Nex, bro.
Virginia. Okay, so for everybody that doesn't know, we're in Virginia. Virginia, they have their own laws where like they're able to get extra taxes somehow through some form of means of legal mumbo jumbo. They have their own stores. That's why there's no liquor store. There's only ABC stores or whatever it's called. So the liquor can only be sold at those stores. Yes, the Next like falls in a different category. You're absolutely correct on that. But I feel like because of that, it falling into a different category in the state, that like it still has to abide by certain rules of the state.
Well, I don't know. There was only like I've been waiting for Jaeger to hit that Nex for about 500 years now. And I finally see it in there, and there's like 3 fucking bottles of it. So I scooped it.
Holy shit! I was just joking.
And they got copped. I copped them.
Dude, there's a good use of
it was on
copping
sale
in a
too.
sentence.
I copped them.
In our Z-targeting dictionary, that's they're gonna, where it gives you like the use it in a sentence word, sentence. That's gonna be our sentence. Anyways, though, so I'm actually drinking 2 drinks, mainly because I'm tired as fuck. But the main drink that I am drinking is another, because I still have the sampler pack of Blue Moon. It's Blue Moon Cappuccino Oatmeal Stout. Yeah,
That sounds intense.
I feel like it sounds too intense for its own good. But I mean, it tastes. As I've said before, I like the oatmeal stouts. I'm a big oatmeal stout fan, but I'm not a big cappuccino fan. So it like has one good half and one bad half. So hold on one second.
Cappuccino. Yes, tell us.
Yeah, see, it's I don't know. I'm sure it's like a fine wine where it just needs time to. Yeah.
What?
I don't know, man. I feel like the more time you give that, it's
yeah. Actually, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You know what? I'm not giving a final review yet until the end.
Let it marinate.
But the other drink that I'm drinking, what?
Let it marinate. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, exactly. Like a fine wine, you just let it marinate. Anyways, though, I have. I also have a Starbucks flat white that I am drinking because I'm very tired. So.
Shout out
to actually.
He's like Jaeger bombing it, dude.
Yeah, no. There's no alcohol.
Never mix caffeine and alcohol, man.
I heard about that once. I heard it doesn't turn out too well.
I'm sure it's fine. Jaeger bombs are sold in bars, so
alcohol
can't be too bad.
Since when has alcohol ever killed anybody? Oh shit!
Never, ever.
I'm sure you're not drinking like an energy drink, so I'm sure you'll probably live.
Yeah. Wait, are you drinking your energy drinks?
Not right now.
I think you're. Oh. Anyways, back to the point. Next. Oh wait, I forgot about the label. The label on the blue moon it's a blue moon, so it's not important.
Wait, so I thought the label was at the end. That's a whole review.
We do the label we do the label anytime we want.
Yeah, it's just haphazard chaos.
Everybody, the Codec Call, the podcast that makes up shit as we're doing it.
Go with the label, dude. What you got there, bud?
Wait, mine?
Yeah, the one that you just made a big hullabaloo about, and then forgot to talk about it.
No, the Blue Moon one sucks. The label on the Blue Moon sucks.
How about the Starbucks cup?
Starbucks cup, it's decent. I actually don't mind. You know what? The red cups cause such an issue.
Oh yeah.
Who gives a shit?
A lot.
We won't get political about the cups in here.
It's so stupid. Who cares? Just drink out the damn thing.
Red satanic Christmas cup.
I mean, have you guys seen the logos for Stone? It's a demon on the beer bottle, so I think I'd probably take the cake with that. That's probably the most satanic.
Yeah. Wow. Now we're satanic. Wow.
What label is why are you
The Satanism is unconfirmed.
We're
not that there's anything wrong.
We're trouble boys. Alright, what's the label on the Jaeger there? What is that?
It's a fucking stag head looking you in the soul.
Did you hear
That's what the label's like, dude.
Did you? Hey, so factual event here. Milwaukee Bucks, their logo looks just like the stag in Jaeger, and they actually just had a settlement on what, like, apparently Jaeger flipped out about that, and they just had a settlement. So, like, I guess Milwaukee has to pay like a certain percentage of their profits to Jaeger to use that logo.
Wow.
It's probably pretty decent. And for a team like that, they're going to make lots of money. Ooh, that sucks, dude.
Yeah. I don't understand why Jaeger's not like, hey, just put our name all over your stadium and we'll call it a day.
Because you'd rather get the guaranteed cash over, dude.
Yeah, that's true. Because they probably
I'm making you pay me a couple milli.
Yeah, they probably. All right, let's move into what you want. So,
let's. Gaming podcast.
Yeah. I forgot for a second. I thought this was a news program. What you been playing?
Oh, man, I'm glad you asked. All kinds of shit.
All right. Let's try to keep it a little less lengthy this time.
Okay, I'm going to have to talk really fast.
Rude.
Well, we don't have anything else to talk about, so.
Next.
Finished Final Fantasy 15.
How was it?
I really enjoyed finishing the story. I mean, like I said last time, the story is not told very well, but I did get really invested in the characters. It just sucks because, like, I want to know more about the world and the history and everything, but the game just doesn't tell you that much. But when I finally got to the ending, that was really satisfying, and I was really happy with the game. Then after that, I went and tried to finish up as much side quest stuff as I could, and then doing all that without having the story drag me along, it just got really repetitive and it got old really quickly. So that kind of burned me out on the game. So I'd recommend get to the end of the story and call it good there, because otherwise you're just going to point A, point B, back and forth. Go here, grab this. Go here, grab that. Go here, kill this. Go here, kill that, and then come back to the quest person. It just gets really, really old, really fast, and you have to drive around so much. But the actual main game, the main storyline, I did really enjoy that. So I do recommend it. I had a lot of fun with it. One thing they did announce, I don't know if we want to talk about it now or just like with the news we'll talk about later. They're going to like patch in more story stuff and like updates to certain parts of the game.
Really? I didn't hear about any of that.
Which is good and bad. It's like I don't know if I want to go through it again. I'll probably just end up just like watching whatever it is on YouTube because I do want to see that stuff, but I don't want to play through the game again. It's like why didn't they have that to start with?
Are you talking about the stuff where they're doing? Because a lot of people were complaining that in order to understand the story, you had to watch the movie, like you brought up the last time.
Yeah.
So are you talking about the stuff where they're patching that into where you don't have to watch the movie to understand the story?
They haven't specifically stated. What they said is they're going to add in additional scenes so you learn more about certain characters, and certain characters get like more time in the spotlight. So that doesn't sound like it's going to be stuff from the movie. That sounds like it's going to be all new content and all new scenes to better flesh out the world. So it just kind of sucks because it's like I want to recommend this game to people, but you should probably wait until they have this stuff that makes the story make more sense, or you have to play it twice or whatever. So it's good and bad. Kind of conflicted on my viewpoint on that.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, it's been in development so long; it's obviously been troubled. So I'm sure they had to get it out by a certain point and had to cut certain things to make that happen. Unfortunately.
Well, since I am the host and I can make these decisions, I am going to say that I'm going to skip over Buck and go straight into me by saying that I also, if you looked at my Twitter, have started Final Fantasy as well. Obviously, I haven't beaten it because I just started it. I just went fishing for the first time to give you any idea of where I actually am. And I will say I have a decent idea of what's going on in the story, but not much at all. Like I have I don't know. I don't understand what's going on with this wedding. Like I know he's trying to get to the wedding, but why is he not already there? I don't understand why the king is hurt. Meaning like he has a bum leg and stuff. I don't know if that's just because he does or if it's like a plot point. I don't understand any of that. So I will say that to have all that extra stuff in there, that would help out a lot for myself.
It's like the actual events that occurred during the game. It's pretty straightforward, but like it doesn't flesh out, what happened before. What's the history of this world? What's the history of these kingdoms or whatever. And I mean, it does a great job with like the guys that you are in your party throughout the whole game, developing those characters and fleshing them out. And it's like I want to know more about this world because I got super invested. Obviously put a ton of time into it, like immediately. It's like I want more. But
have you? Well, never mind. That's switching subjects. So,
yeah.
Overall, what did you? For somebody such as myself, who has only played 13, what would you say about me playing this one?
I mean, it's totally different.
Me playing.
It's totally different than. Or go ahead.
Did you say it's better?
Oh yeah. Oh, miles better.
13's a fucking nightmare, dude.
Way better than 13.
I didn't mind
Dude.
13.
Well, then you'll love literally any other Final Fantasy game.
I mean,
like this is
13
really
was nightmarish.
Yeah, both are very different from the classic Final Fantasy, but they obviously don't want to stay in the same gameplay style as they were before. I think this one you don't need any previous experience. Like even when you start the game up, it's like a Final Fantasy for fans and newcomers alike. You don't need any previous experience.
Did you do I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get like pointers right now since I'm new to this. Did you do the weight mechanic for the attacking or did you do the just normal?
I did weight whenever I needed to figure out the enemy's weaknesses cuz I played active the vast majority of the time cuz it's just more fast paced.
Right.
And then Ignis gets the ability to analyze enemies, and so he'll do that like kind of at random, or it's like after a while it's gonna do that for any enemy you need. But whenever that hadn't happened yet, I would switch to wait. If I couldn't figure out like what their weaknesses is, or like what was going on, I'd switch to wait, analyze them, and get it that way. But for the most part, left it on active and just let the game analyze it automatically.
Did you have any issues with like difficulty? Not really. You beat it really quick, so I don't think you could have.
I mean, I definitely spent time grinding. Like, there was points where I had to stop the story mission I was in, go back, do side missions, do monster hunts, and that kind of stuff to level up a little bit. But the difficulty was weird, because for the most part, it really wasn't that challenging. And then there's a couple spikes. There's a couple bosses. Like, there's this one dungeon that like was so grueling, just kicked my ass. I had to spend or use a ton of elixirs in Phoenix Downs because I kept dying. It just took forever to get through. Boss wasn't like that bad. And then there's this one boss near the end of the game that was like insanely tough. And then that was actually the hardest point. It wasn't at the end, but close to the end. And that was actually a lot harder than the final boss. Or not a lot, but no, Sin from Final Fantasy X does not make a reappearance, unfortunately.
Blitzball.
No Blitzball either.
But there are chocobos.
There are chocobos.
So we're all fine.
I recommend riding chocobos. It's awesome.
Why would you not ride a chocobo? Part of me has really thought about like wondering if it would just let me leave the car where it breaks down and taking a chocobo everywhere. It would make it.
You probably could fix it to move the story forward.
Yeah, I'm sure, probably. But I'm not gonna lie though, that intro, like pushing the car, it's stupid.
Yeah,
it's so stupid pushing the car. But whenever the song kicks in and stuff, and the way like it like builds it up, that was actually really good. I enjoyed that. But whatever. Anyways, the point is that I'm actually really enjoying it right now. I did want to know if you've gotten into more The Last Guardian. If you did.
Yep. It looks like I'm trying to gauge where I'm at. Looking at I don't want to spoil myself, but I'm trying to look at like walkthroughs and kind of figure out where I'm at. I think I'm about halfway done with the game. Probably like 6-7 hours in. It's I mean, if you read many of these reviews that are out there, it's all basically right. Like, the art of the game is amazing. It's super heartwarming. It's that total, Eco Shadow of the Colossus vibe. But at the same time, it plays like those games as well. So the camera and the controls can be touchy. Those are frequently annoying. And one other thing that a lot of people bring up is that Trico's AI can be finicky. And I don't know if it's like that because they want it to seem like it, an animal and can be unpredictable and not listen to you. But it's just really frustrating because there's puzzle, like if there's a puzzle that I'm stuck on because I can't figure it out, that's understandable. But if there's a puzzle that I see the solution, I see, hey Trico, you need to get me up to this ledge, but it just doesn't do it, and I have to wait 5-10 minutes to get this AI to do what I know it needs to do. That's just frustrating. And it gets better. Like Trico's, you build a bond, and like it gets a little bit better, but that it still comes up a lot.
So, because I've heard this complaint a lot, and I wanted to know, since I don't have it, because maybe it was Giant Bomb. On one of the podcasts I was listening to, they were talking about how one guy played it, got to a certain part, and it took him an extra 20 minutes just to get past all this. To get Trico to do one thing. It took him an extra 20 minutes because Trico just did not, it was like you were saying, it just wouldn't take him up to that ledge, basically. Yeah. But another guy was like, well, I was at the same part as you, and Trico did it immediately for me, and I didn't have any issues. So, is it a glitch problem, like with the game, or could it possibly be like this Trico just listens better than the other Trico? I know that's getting like kind of advanced, but I didn't know if that's like kind of what they were going for, or is it blatantly obvious? Like, no, this game just messed up right there.
I think that's going to be something that we figure out over time if the AI develops and changes, like for each individual player based on what they do. I mean, given how the camera is really finicky, the controls are really finicky, my bet is that you got to just be in the right spot, or like all these little things have to be just right. Right. Like in his line of sight or something. I don't know. That I mean, people, it should work, but people aren't hitting these little triggers that the game doesn't tell you about to get it to work, is what my guess would be.
And that's fine. I don't see a specific issue with that in this game, only because playing Shadow of the Colossus, it's one of my favorite games of all time, easily. And that game, the controls and camera work and stuff is extremely subpar in that game.
Yeah, I would agree.
I mean, I remember whenever you and I were playing it one time, and you were like, "Dude, just press a whole bunch of buttons while you're riding the horse, just to see what you can do." And like, we got him to stand up on the horse. I have no idea how we did it, but we got him to stand up on the horse while he was riding the horse. That's awesome. But now I have no idea how to do it, and I couldn't do it again. But that's. So those kind of games, like, I accept that. Yeah. As long as it doesn't cause too much of an issue, though. Like, if I'm waiting an hour, or, for instance, like in Shadow of the Colossus, I beat the whole game and then it glitches out and then crashes and I can't ever see the final cutscene, that sucks.
I mean, if you're a person that's been waiting for this game since it was announced, I think you know what you're getting into. Like, I mean, I'm enjoying it. The puzzle, I mean, it's a mental gymnastics to figure out these puzzles. You know, and I really enjoy puzzle games, and you do kind of build a bond with Trico. Like, I just came to a section where there's all kinds of climbing and stuff I have to do off the side of this tower, and there's no way he could get by. So Trico's sitting far away, and he's looking at you and like whimpering and stuff, and the boy says, "Don't worry, I'll be back soon." I was like, "Oh my god," you know, you kind of see. It's like having a pet, you know. Really, it's kind of crazy how realistic some of his movements and stuff can be.
I think that's the like overarching, like all of its shortcomings aside, the bond that you get with it, from what everybody has said, the bond that you get with Trico is ridiculous. Like, it's hard for a game to do that. Not many games have done that. And even if they have done it, it's just not to the same level. But whatever. Is that all you have to say about it?
Yeah, I mean,
because all right. No, we gotta stop because we've delayed Buck enough.
Yep. So what have you guys been playing?
Yeah, what have you been playing?
Me?
Yeah. We just had that amazing transition, so you have to come up with something here.
Oh, it was a flawless, fluid transition. Let me tell you.
I didn't see any problems there.
I've still been on my competitive kick. Been fiddling with Hearthstone some more. Been kind of picking some more packs up because it's kind of rough with that game. They put out like 150 cards. And please shut up.
I'm just saying.
But it just sucks because you get a pack, and each pack is like a couple bones, and you only get 5 cards in each one. Only one of them's rare, probably, and you have dozens and dozens of types of decks you can make. So it's kind of painful. I want to make more decks, but you got to kind of throw some money at the game.
How many decks can you make?
I mean, it's pretty much endless. Whatever you can think of, really. There's troll decks where you can just make people overdraw their cards until they die.
Oh, so like, you don't, whenever you're going into a battle, you can't be like, oh, I want to use deck 3 rather than deck 1.
Yeah, you can. You can pick. You have like X amount of save slot. I think it's like 12 some decks you can save at a time. And then, yeah. But there's just a lot right now. There's these buff cards. There's this golems and all this. So I'm just slowly trying to piece together some decks. New champions coming out for League of Legends too. So competitive, full steam ahead. That's my world right now.
Has the new expansion for Hearthstone like really changed up the game, or like changed any, mechanics, like how you play?
I mean, a ton. It's added. This expansion itself, which is funny because it was just a card expansion, and I don't know if everyone was expecting this kind of a game-changing effect because it didn't have a story mode. Like all these other expansions had their little, their story modes to them that you play through and get those cards. But this one was literally just, here, we're putting out like 150 cards. Have fun. But the thing was, each of those changed the game. Like each of these, the new Paladin cards, the Hunter card, like each of them have like completely new playstyles and they add into the game. And so it's actually, to me, it feels like the biggest change that Hearthstone has actually had, period. Wow. There's just so many. Yeah, it's incredible. It's pretty nuts. There's there's a little backstory, but it's not like you're actually playing through this whole thing. But I also see them making more money because of that, because with the, when you bought the story modes, you also got the guaranteed cards with them. Right. And those guaranteed cards were pretty good. But now since they did this, you kind of just got to like, you throw your money into the wind and pray it lands on something you want.
I feel like that's with most of that.
Yeah, a little bit. But it's changed the game for sure. And I've already been watching some videos of some pretty insane decks. And it's a lot of fun. All the new things you can do.
Are you still playing the WoW expansion? Wait, is it even out yet? Is it out yet? It is out.
Jesus, Legion that came out forever.
No. Oh yeah, it came out forever.
No.
I just remember you talking about it, and then like you were like, yeah, that's coming out, and then that was like next week. You're like, yeah, that's it.
Oh no, I know Life Day completely when it came out. I still get on and raid a little bit, but I'm just so I'm in my league grind again. New League of Legends season, so back to that job.
Wait, so what was that term? I know lifed it. Is that when you dedicate everything to? Okay, I definitely know lifed Final Fantasy.
I'm gonna have to make a freaking dictionary for all this shit.
It was insane. Like when Legion came out, there was an issue, man. It was addicting. There was a serious problem.
Yeah.
So.
I remember whenever I did that in high school.
Oh,
you just get addicted because you didn't have any commitments. You just
nope.
I mean, unless you had a job, but I usually quit mine whenever one came out.
Right.
So whatever.
Simpler time.
Hey, can I have tomorrow off? No. Okay, I quit. Here's my 2 weeks.
I remember my brother. Sorry, Chase, because I know he's gonna listen. But he was he went back to McDonald's at one point. Like he got a job at McDonald's, quit that job. Long story short, basically, he then goes back to McDonald's and he has a list of demands. He's gonna argue this. He's gonna argue this, but I swear to God, this happened. And one of his demands was anytime an important video game comes out, he's not working the next day or that night.
And they
were like, yes. And then he quit. It's ridiculous.
Damn,
I'm not gonna lie though, it was savage, but still.
Yeah, dude, that's very savage.
He was like, yeah, so Call of Duty comes out in 2 weeks. I won't be here at all. Whatever. Anyways, so let's move on to our first topic.
Okay. Oops.
I mean, whatever. It's fine.
Before we move on, I did want to give a shout out to one game that just came out that I know I hope to be able to talk about a little bit more next week. I know it's something at least Code and I are interested in. During PSX, they announced that Suda51's new game, Let It Die, would be released. So that dropped on Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago by now. Free to play, so that's really good that anybody can download and jump in on PS4. I spent a little bit of time with it. It's basically a roguelike Dark Souls. So you start a character, go through these like random tower levels, but plays like Dark Souls, like that combat, and then when your character dies, they spawn as like an invader. Right. So I spent just a little bit of time with it, but really dug it so far. Love Dark Souls. And it feels like, to me, it feels like the most Suda 51 game he's done in a while. Because before this, well, since Killer is Dead in 2013, but it just just that crazy, wild rock and roll punk rock vibe. It's weird as hell that Suda and Grasshopper Manufacture do so well. So if you got a PS4, check it out. It's free to download, and hopefully be able to talk about it more next week.
I mean, I'll admit I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but just listening to everybody raving about it, everybody talking about it, like I haven't heard for a free game, I haven't heard a legitimate complaint about it yet.
Yeah,
if you're not paying for it, you shouldn't have. There should be a lot more to complain about.
Don't think of it as a regular free-to-play game. It feels like not entirely like a full game, but way more full than most other free games you're going to get. And yeah, definitely been a surprise hit so far.
Right.
Let's go
check it out. I actually downloaded it at work today. Like
it's still up there then, yeah.
Oh yeah, I went on the PlayStation app and I said, "Hey, download my PlayStation," and that's exactly what I did.
Which that's a super convenient feature of the PlayStation app.
Little side note: if anybody has a chance or is interested in it, there's a YouTube channel. It's called Game Ranks. Shout out to them. I just hold on one second.
Sell us away. There's also another one called
ZTargeting. Anyways, the Game Ranks, they actually have a really good setup. They're really good at this stuff. But the point is that I'm making is last year around this time, actually, they came out with top 10 ways to get the most out of your consoles, and they had one for PlayStation, Wii U, and Xbox, and they actually just cheap ways to get the full experience out of it. And the number 3 on their list was the PlayStation app, and it's honestly an amazing thing. So if you're ever interested in just getting a little bit of feedback on anything, definitely check them out. Just so you know. I just had to put it out there. All right, can we get into the next topic, or is there something else that somebody wants to say?
Next.
Well, I don't know. Seeing as you piped in with the wants to say, I don't know. I think we can move on now.
Does anybody else have another wants to say?
Next.
All right. Hey.
Next.
Okay, you guys, you got warnings, and these are all, but you just used them all up. So,
right.
Next.
All right, so we don't have much on this episode. It's probably going to be a little bit shorter than most, but it could end up being longer than all of them. So
everyone's praising God.
Yeah. No. It's thank God. Maybe I can finish this one on my
all night.
Anyways, though, so there's a little thing. Well, actually, Luke, you can lead us into this one because you're a lot better at these transitions than me, a lot better. So go ahead and talk about Super Mario Run.
Yeah, Nintendo's been in the news quite a bit lately. So you just screwed up that whole transition right there. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
That was the point.
Yeah. They went on Jimmy Fallon and showed off a couple new products, and there's been just interviews or just features that have been coming out. So there's been random news and rumors and things like that. I feel like it's been coming out this last week. So Reggie Fils-Aimé and Shigeru Miyamoto were featured on Jimmy Fallon recently. They came to play Super Mario Run, show that off. I mean, it looks good, looks fun.
It looks just like the way it did the last time they showed it off.
Hopefully it's a hit with the folks, with the people out there on their iPhones.
With the normals.
Yeah. But
y'all think y'all be into it? Honestly,
if I had an iPhone, probably. If I had an iPhone, I would have pre-ordered it. I will I will get it for Android, but I mean, we're speaking strictly from the iPhone side of it. I would get it, yes.
I'll probably pick it up just for the sole fact that it's going to be a good like refresh the palette kind of game, because I feel like I'm playing like these RPGs or like Last Guardian. It's like all these mind-bending puzzles. You know, you want those games that are just simple and you can just relax, not think about it, and just pass the time, you know. And I do enjoy.
Then you only have to fire up your phone for it.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
and I do like endless runners. You know, I played Temple Run and a few other things before, so I think it's definitely going to be a really great, just relax, you know, kind of zone out kind of game. But the big surprise on the episode was there's a question block, or what?
You can't reveal that yet. We're not done with this Super Mario Run yet.
Okay. Well, what else is there to say about Super Mario Run?
The fact that they came out and said that you have to be connected to it has to have an internet connection at all times to play it.
That actually, that is actually whack.
I mean, I understand. Apparently, I don't know if you read the article. Why? Did you? No. Crickets. All right.
No.
So, the reason why is apparently Nintendo's doing it to try to prevent the piracy portion of it. Like all that other, to make sure they keep their money. But it makes no sense because everybody knows that there's going to be ways around it. Yeah. There's always ways around it. Like there's no way to 100% securely make sure that you are the only one getting the money for this product.
But they got to put up a fight though.
They do, but not that fight. Like you and I have both talked about, honestly, how we feel Nintendo has really made, like, they've been making the right steps lately. In our opinions, Bugman, no, but our opinions, yes. So, and that's fine. I think this is a step back. Like, nobody wants to do that. Nobody. Especially if you have, like, somebody like myself that has freaking Sprint. And I don't have an internet connection everywhere I go. Like,
I just hope it's not too intensive. Just like it just sends out the verification or whatever, and you're not using up a ton of data. Because I mean, I definitely have the spots where, you know, I'm down to 1x, sometimes 3G. So hopefully, like the 3G is sufficient for just sending in whatever verification they got to do. I doubt it.
3G nowadays is like straight garbage.
Yeah.
And you know that. Like,
5G.
I think that whenever they came out with 4G LTE, they were like, this is fine. We can just bump down 3G. Like, if we bump down 3G, people won't realize, like, how much slower that really is. Like, I feel like it...
Well, one,
I don't think it was that slow.
They definitely could do that, but two, stuff is definitely more intensive these days. So it's probably maybe the same or slower speeds trying to download like way bigger things, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, that's getting into our cell phone podcast that may happen at some point, maybe.
That'd be cool. I don't know. I mean, like,
how do you feel about the price? How do you both feel about the price?
I honestly don't even know how much it is. In all honesty,
$9.99,
$40.
It's $9.99.
It should have been $7 with more DLC or something.
I just feel like that's a lot for a little site, like a little. I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's what everybody's complaining about.
Because this is games in. Okay, so this is phone games in almost 2017 when they're almost all free, dude. Sure, microtransactions, la-di-da-di-da-di-da. But I mean.
But they said that there's not. Well, they hinted that there wasn't going to be microtransactions, but then they said there would be.
Yeah.
So who honestly, guys, we know nothing about this game.
Well, we should be finding out soon. It comes out sometime this month, I think. But
I think it comes out the 15th.
It's coming right up. I mean, Nintendo, I feel like they're definitely trying to change this. They're trying to cement their own place in mobile gaming. Because the majority of mobile games are free or $1 or whatever, and they want this to look like something legitimate, something that's more fleshed out than that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think maybe $5 to $7 probably would have been a better range, and then have like, say,
okay, let's say it's. Go ahead.
You pay like $2 for World 9 and 10 and 11 and 12 or something in a month. I don't know, because I think 10 is a little bit obtrusive for a mobile game.
See, I was thinking that, but then whenever you brought up 7, let's say then that it's $7.99. Why would I not pay $2 more?
Because it's not $2 more.
Why not? What do you mean? $7.99 to $9.99?
Right. Because it's $2 more.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'd still pay the $2 more. Like, I am not going to change my opinion based on something that's $2 more. I would.
Right.
Now,
but not everyone's you.
That's true. I'm speaking strictly for myself. But I don't know. I feel like it's not a. I think that it does two things. I do think it's a little high for a mobile game, but at the same time, I think it shows that if they price it at that, they're saying you will be willing to pay this much, and we will put out something that you will be willing to pay this much for. You know, so it's like they're showing faith in their own product, which is a good thing.
Yeah, and like Reggie talked about on the show, like you can get like the first 3 levels or something for free. And he's like, you play this, you'll see how much there is, and you'll realize that it's a fair price. Now, if I forget how many levels they said there are total, but it was like 30 or 40 or something. And if they're pretty well developed, with a lot of secrets and things like that, 10 would be a fair price. So I guess we'll see once it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
I just know they say that they're working on a Fire Emblem game, and shit, $10-15, I don't give a shit. I'll pay for that for Fire Emblem on the phone.
If they're like it'll be 40.
It's the price of a normal Fire Emblem. If it's the size of a normal Fire Emblem game, fuck it.
Whatever. All right.
So can we move on to the question block, the mystery question block, and what was in there?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I don't have anything else to say.
All right, so some people were saying that Jimmy Fallon was obviously faking that enthusiasm.
He was more than obviously faking it.
It seemed a little intense.
It was, everything was so planned.
I want to believe that there was some genuineness to that.
Mr. Miyamoto. Oh my god.
The first time I saw it, I was like, "Oh my god, he's freaking out. This is."
It was the cheesiest thing I've ever seen.
Hilarious.
In my life.
So Reggie revealed one more thing, opened up the question block, and there was a Nintendo Switch in there. Showed Breath of the Wild running on the Switch for the first time at the public scene. And Reggie demonstrated why it was the Switch, popped it out of the dock, let Jimmy fool around with it a little bit on the handheld, on the portable screen. If that was all real and not staged, I mean, that looks awesome. That you can that it works, does what they say it does. It seemed to be running pretty well on just the handheld, so looked cool, looked great. What I was surprised, seeing it in their hands, it just looked like a really well designed piece of hardware. So I thought it looked pretty slick.
I thought that too. I thought that, honestly, okay, god damn it. I don't want to say this with Buckman here, but
let us
all
do
right,
it.
So, god dang it. So, it looks like the freaking gamepad. All right, I'll admit it.
But it looks way better.
Hold on. Shut up, Buckman. Shut up. But
go on, man.
But the Switch, it looked like a better put together gamepad.
There, because okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, the gamepad, like, I love the gamepad, I really do, but there's parts of it where you're just like, this is kind of cheaply put together.
Absolutely, it feels like a Fisher Price toy, man. Honestly,
sometimes, yes, most of the time, yes, but they, I don't know, the way that he was holding the Switch, like, it looked like it had weight to it. It looked like they didn't just mold it out of plastic. I don't know what it's being made out of. I really don't. I don't know if it's more plastic or metal or what, or if it's just like a combination of both. But it looked like it was decently heavy. Like it had some heaviness to it that he was, I don't want to say struggling, but like, you know, I don't know. It felt like it looked like it was heavier than a phone.
Like a big phone. Yeah, at least it had some girth to it.
Right. And that's
instead of just like this 1 pound little fucking toy that has shit rattling inside it like the Wii U.
Right. And
it
because
appeared
of
to have
like,
metallic qualities.
Yes. There we go. That's
girth.
Yeah, it was quite girthy.
I agree.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh my god.
I think it looked good. I'm stoked to hold one in my hand because I got a good feeling about it.
Oh my god. We're just
not okay.
Oh no.
We've gone too far.
Anyway, so there is a video breaking a lot of the things down. Like, well,
yeah, the different buttons and everything.
Yeah, and didn't they say that they did not see? Everybody's looked at it, and nobody has seen a spot for an SD card.
That I'm not sure about that. I haven't heard one way or the other.
Because that's actually, if they don't have an SD card, I feel like that can be a deal breaker right there. Honestly,
they have to, dude. They have to.
I feel, dude, but I don't know. They have to do it in a practical way. That's the key. Like they can't be like on, like, for instance, the old Galaxy S4s, I think they are. Everything, you had to take off the freaking back of it in order to put in a memory card. They can't do that. You cannot take off the back of it. Like, it needs to be more like the DS, the 3DS.
Yeah.
XLs.
Well, we'll see a month from today, actually. We'll see.
Holy crap, yeah, you're right.
Oh, man, I can't wait.
I mean, I don't know. I did think that Breath of the Wild looked pretty good on it. Yeah. Like this smaller screen, I didn't think there was a problem there at all, really. Everybody's been complaining about the resolution, the resolution of it. And I didn't think that it was that bad.
I mean, I hope that it's at least 1080 on your TV and then 720 on the go. Which they say it's not going to increase the horsepower, but you know, if you game on your laptop, it
plug it in.
Yeah, it reduces the capabilities when you're not plugged into power. So I hope they at least hit 720 on the go, but we'll know for sure in a month, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried about the graphics, honestly. I don't think they're going to be anything to compete with the Scorpio or the Pro. I nearly called it a Neo. Whoops. But I don't think it's anything that's going to compete against that sort of stuff. But I do think that it'll be decent. And it's a Nintendo game. Their graphics are always decent, at least, if not great.
And they have great art direction that makes up for fidelity and things like that. Now, one thing that does worry me is how many of these are they going to make? Because they seem to have a really bad track record with making enough stuff.
Okay, well, no matter what, we all know that they're not going to make enough.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They're not going to make enough. Dude, what's going on with the NES Classic now that you're bringing this up? I've not seen one, ever.
And they've been on eBay for like 2-3 times the price. It's crazy. Which I think over time will eventually get to the point where they're more available, but especially once we get past the holidays.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
As soon as they announce pre-orders, I'm pre-ordering the Switch. Try to lock that down.
Me too. I don't even care. I'm going to get in trouble for this comment, but I don't even care how much it costs. I'm doing it. But whatever. I don't know. I thought that everything about that I felt like there was a lot more to say about the Jimmy Fallon thing, but everything at the Jimmy Fallon thing just confirmed what we were thinking. Really.
Right.
Like, there's not much to say about it. It just confirmed it. Yeah. I will say this. I still don't know if it has a touchscreen display. Everybody says, like, it has to, but didn't they all say that there was no space? There was no slot for a pen and a stylus.
Well, I mean,
I feel like
there's no stylus on the Vita or phones, or most phones. I mean, so
well, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right, but they like to put the stylus. That's it.
Yeah, we'll find out in a month, and that the fact that they haven't said one way or the other makes me think that there's something more to that, or there's going to be some kind of feature with touch, or there just isn't. I don't know.
I feel like they're not saying it on purpose.
Yeah,
they want to
they
want to stay away from it. They don't want to be at all compared to their previous console.
Yeah.
So rather than saying like the way that they're alike, they're saying how much different they are.
Right.
Which is a fine approach, honestly, because of how bad the Wii U sold. Sadly, they want to distance themselves.
That's a smart move, though. Smart business move.
Yeah, it's a smart business move. I just don't agree with it.
It does suck.
Yeah, but it's fine.
Okay.
What?
Nintendo's been in the news for a couple other things as well recently. Oh shoot, I don't have it up. When did they say that Super Nintendo World is coming to Orlando theme parks?
Oh yeah.
When did they say? Was it 2020, 2018 or something?
Yeah, it was 2020, dude. It's
Shit.
depressing.
That is going to be awesome as hell.
I know, but so you sent a tweet out to who the F ever, and I actually saw it. I saw what you were talking about, and therefore I decided to listen to that podcast that you were talking about. If you remember what I'm talking, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
shout out to Kind of Funny. I love the Kind of Funny guys.
Yeah, Anyways, so they oh dang it! I keep thinking I had the story pulled up, but I've lost it. Death Stranding. Yeah, no. Okay, you know what? I can't find it. So they I listened to that, and on there they talked about like what sort of ride they should have based off of Nintendo licenses, I guess is what we should call it.
Right.
And I don't know how I feel about some of them that they said, but I thought that would be kind of cool to think about what they could put in.
The possibilities are endless. Like,
I mean, yes.
Nintendo's IP is, some of the most. They have a ton of different properties, and they've obviously been super protective of them. So I'm confident they're going to do this. Well, I mean, I guess there's been falterings here and there. Zelda CDI games and the Super Mario Brothers movie, but
we don't talk about those.
Yeah, so I have faith that this is gonna be done right, and there's so much shit that they could do, and I'm so excited to see what they do with it.
I think it can be done right, and I think a telltale sign of it is going to be how the Zelda escape room is going to be.
Yeah, which
if they do that properly, then this will be done properly.
Which you trying to go to that Chicago one?
Yeah, dude. Right. I figured out. They
go on sale January 3rd, right?
God dang it, you.
Okay, anyway.
I was going to say, hey, I figured out when they go on sale or when they announce when they're going on sale. I don't know if that's like an announcement to the announcement or if if that is the date that they're selling it. You know what I mean?
We'll see. But
so I wasn't going to reveal it, so if anybody's waiting in line, we don't have to deal with them. But I guess we only have 6 people that listen to our podcast, so we're fine.
Yeah, it's all good.
Every time. God.
It has to happen, dude.
No, it actually does it. Don't mention that.
No, it does. Anyways, though, so yeah, but I will say this, that it is coming to Orlando, Universal Orlando, so
I can't wait to see what they do with these theme parks. It could be the best thing ever. It could suck too, but
the one thing that I'm worried about is that they go extremely kiddie with it. Extremely.
And the way that Nintendo's been going lately, I think they'll probably have some things that are more.
I mean, yes, they need to have some.
But they could probably do as like a Zelda dungeon or like some Metroid thing that appeals more to the older crowd as well. And it seems like they've been trying to cater to both lately. So I think
I will say
all ages.
Like having Peach's Castle or whatever that castle is called, like as the main, like Cinderella's castle, would be awesome. If they did that, that would be the best.
Dude, if there was some way to like actually jump in a painting and then you like go down the fucking slide from Mario 64, oh my god, dude.
That would be insane.
And the penguin followed you and tried to beat you, and you had to beat the penguin, or you had to
throw him off a cliff.
Insanity, dude. God, I can't wait to see what they do with this. It could literally be the best thing of all time. Or it could not, but you know.
I just want to jump in a pipe. I want to jump in a pipe.
Yeah,
and I want to
go down a pipe. Oh man.
Yeah.
They have like some Yoshi, like some kind of Yoshi ride.
Ride a Yoshi, dude! Oh my god, you jump on a Yoshi.
Or if they expand on the Zelda escape rooms, that they have like a dungeon that you and like 4 people got to solve the puzzles and figure out. Oh man. The possibilities are endless. But
I really, 2020 needs to hurry up.
Yeah, so we got a while till we're able to experience that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm just glad that they actually like announced it. I really want them to come out with like artwork, like this. Hey,
just some kind of content.
They came out, just something. Like they do that for Disney, Universal. So usually, this is the one time they don't. But whatever. Anyways, though.
Yeah. So next up, one quick thing I did want to touch on. There was an interview somewhere that Nintendo spoke about, or somebody spoke about the ideas they had for a Wind Waker sequel before it got changed into Twilight Princess. They were going to have a sequel that was going to be land focused, not ocean focused, where Link rode a horse, and they said that the artwork didn't look very good with a cartoon Link and a cartoon horse, etc. Now, I saw that, and they didn't really reveal much, but man, if there was like a Zelda game on land, like traditional stuff, in that fully cartoon art style, dude, I want to play that so much. I was like, holy shit, that would have been so cool. Now, Twilight Princess, obviously great, and Wind Waker has its own aesthetic, but it would have been amazing to see the traditional Zelda landscapes and areas in that art style. And I was like, damn, that would have been a really cool game.
Yeah, I'm torn. I'm for and against. I'm for because I loved Wind Waker's probably my favorite one. I loved Wind Waker. Still, like you and I, that was the first one that you and I sat down to play together, and you know you had the guide, I had the controller, or whatever, classic. But because of that honestly holds a very special place in my heart. I love that game. I have the Wii U HD Zelda Edition one because of that. And anyways, though, that would be awesome. I will say this: I do understand why they didn't do it. Like trying to picture that on ground. Yeah, trying to picture that on ground is not. It's hard, and I don't think it would have worked out very well or looked right. But at the same time,
I think if they had the time, they would have made it look right. They could have, by adapting to something else.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, because like we're saying, you and I are just going by what we think. Like, yeah, I don't think that would look right because the only thing that we can picture is like going through the forest and stuff. Like that's what I'm thinking because that's on ground. That's the only time that you're really on ground and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's just I'm sure it would have looked fine over time. Yeah. If they would have had the time, like you said. It's just right now I'm thinking, yeah, that wouldn't work. I understand why they scrapped it. But it's still an interesting idea. Like, we could have not had Twilight Princess and instead had Wind Waker 2.
Which I think it would have been beautiful, but everybody was pining for realistic Zelda at that time, you know.
Sadly.
Which
and it's so
they're both
sad
great.
Because I was one of the ones that was for the cell shading. Cell shading, is that what it's called? I forgot what it's even called.
Shaded games,
dude. It makes them look. They look so classy.
Borderlands is epic, man.
Yeah, see, Borderlands. Honestly, Wind Waker HD is probably the prettiest game I've ever seen in my life. That thing is gorgeous. But whatever.
Yeah, and it's just cool that they're actually kind of revealing some of these behind the scene things that Nintendo usually is very, very quiet on. So I thought I just thought it was cool. So one more last piece of small Nintendo news.
Dang, man, a lot. Keep going. No, I just think so.
So this is a rumor that's been corroborated by a lot of people online. It seems like it's probably going to turn out. The Switch is going to support GameCube games through Virtual Console. Now, if this is true, it's going to be fucking awesome. I certainly hope that it's true. The rumors are saying that it's going to be like Luigi's Mansion, Mario Sunshine, and Smash Brothers Melee. They're going to be some of the first titles out for this, which, hell yeah, that would be amazing. So yeah, that's about it.
Well, all that I was going to say about this is that if you didn't, you should go back and listen to our countdown of the best Nintendo consoles. If you listen to that, you'll know that, spoiler, I wanted GameCube to be number one as my favorite. So because of that, I am extremely excited about this. I just hope that they really get the important ones.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Like, I mean, Melee, yes. Luigi's Mansion, yes. Mario Sunshine, no.
That's fun, man.
Yeah, that's an underrated Mario game.
It is.
It was so satisfying, that game. It hit some weird, like, I don't know, man. I loved playing that game.
And, like, when you get to, like, top level, like, the end game stuff, like, all this secret hidden stuff, like, getting all the blue coins, like, it got really crazy with all the different... It did collectibles in a way that a lot of games didn't do them well. Like, sure, there's a lot of collectibles, but, man, once you had to, like, graph out all the different shit you had to get. But it did it well. It did it okay. I don't know.
Sunshine was beast.
It got crazy.
I guess.
But anyway.
I mean...
It was satisfying, man.
I played it. I didn't beat it. I don't know. It was a game. That's what it was. It was a game. That's all I can really say about it. I wasn't big into the whole clean up the paint thing, because the way that I felt was it's their own freaking place. Like, clean up your damn selves. But it's just me. I don't know. That's just my opinion, though. Whatever. I'm hoping that they get, like... I know that this gets into some legal things, but I'm hoping that they get, like, Twin Snakes. Which, obviously, that's probably not going to happen. Probably not going to happen, especially with Konami and Kojima now with PlayStation and the whole thing with Konami.
I'm pretty sure Konami's just done with games. Besides their side game, they're just done. And Pachinko. But they did the also, like, RE4. I hope that they get that one in there. But dude, RE4 is on literally everything.
Yes, I know, but we don't say that the controls are not just perfect on the GameCube. But say that they're not.
But the thing is, you're not going to be playing with a GameCube controller unless.
No. Yeah, dude.
If they let you use a GameCube controller for these games, that would be a game changer.
Or you slide off the Joy-Cons and you can put anything on. Not anything, but you know what I mean. They can make a GameCube one. Yeah,
that would be sick. That would be pretty sick.
Yes, dude, that's a game changer right there. Anyways, back to the point. Wind Waker as well. I don't care if it's already out for the Wii U. I mean, the original Animal Crossing, the original as in the original US release Animal Crossing.
Yeah. That original one had a feel to it.
Charm.
There was something about it that
say the C word, charm.
It had an aura and a charm. You know, I love the DS one. I never played the Wii one, and 3DS one's great. But that original, there was something about that. So I'd love to see that one back.
Right.
I hope they do Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, just because it's so damn expensive online, and I want to buy it for like $10 to $20 and not like $100 or $200.
Basically, the only thing that this tells me is once again I'm gonna buy all of the Mario games again for another console at like
we're gonna be doing till the end of time, brother.
$5 a pop.
We're gonna be doing it till the end of time, my man.
It's ridiculous.
Just accept it and lock and load.
Just
get on the roller coaster, man. The ride doesn't end. I'm gonna be buying Mario World 50 years from now, bro.
You probably have. That's probably like the most owned copies of the same game ever. Like people have to, without even realizing it, you have like 3 to 5 different copies of Mario World.
Yeah,
or Mario. Like,
I bought it.
I have like, I bought it a couple.
No, I bought like 4 actually.
It wouldn't surprise me if I bought 3 like at least 5 times. I don't even know if that's possible.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. It's definitely plausible. Well, are we including Mario All-Stars in this calculation?
Yes.
Okay, so then that is possible. No, I bought the SNES Mario World, Game Boy Advance Mario World, Wii Virtual Console, and Wii U Virtual Console. That's
too
fucked
tired
up,
to
man.
actually sit here and count it.
That's fucked up, Nintendo. Have a unified Virtual Console across systems. Now, if that's for the Switch, damn, man, that would be fucking dope. Not gonna happen though.
Not gonna happen though. It will happen. Are you serious? It will happen.
I hope so. That would be them finally getting to the modern age of like what PlayStation's been doing. You know, like with cross-buy and things like that. Like all the shit you bought on Wii and Wii U, you can play on the Switch. Fuck yeah. You can play it on the go. Fuck yeah.
So I'm going slightly off topic here a little bit, but what if inside of every Switch is a free ticket to Universal for Super Nintendo Land?
Oh, Jesus.
Dude.
They'd make even less copies, huh?
Oh, yeah, then it'd be really limited.
Shit, never mind. Don't do that.
They need like 3 consoles.
Right now. I didn't even think about that. Oh, damn. Anyways, then. Luke, you got an intro?
I was just thinking about that.
Give it to us.
Like, up my belly.
No, okay. I don't know.
All right, so this week's lesser known. That was the intro, guys. This week's lesser known. We're going. I was in charge of it this week. I decided to go for a little bit of a different feel. I don't know if Buckman figured it out because we actually talked about it at work, and I said that I was going to make this my lesser known. So I don't know if he remembers. Probably not, but we'll see. Anyways, though, I'm hoping that for all you young kids out there, you can turn off the podcast now, just because. But this week's lesser known is a little game made by Sega for the Wii, and it's called Mad World.
Oh, yeah. Dude! Hell yeah!
I told you, that thing's violent, like really violent,
and that's super lesser known. I totally forgot about that game.
Dude, I don't know why, but Buckman and I, like, we were talking about it, and I was like, oh, yeah, like Mad World. And I don't even know if he actually knew what game I was talking about at all. But
just the song, dude. I sadly do not.
Well, honestly, like, I don't even care. Like, this is really more of a credit to Buckman. Like, this, he helped me pick a good one this week. But anyways, though, Mad World, right? It was a game developed by Sega and Platinum Games.
Platinum Games. Shout out to Platinum.
Yeah. But it came out for the Wii. And at the time, Nintendo, especially at this time, that's whenever Nintendo pushed the Wii. and everybody was like, well, Nintendo doesn't make like graphic games or violent games. They're all kiddie games. And then Mad World came out for it. It has the comic vibe as like Sin City.
Yep, black and white, cel shaded.
And honestly, the story, I had to look it up because I did not know the story because it means nothing.
I just knew you killed shit.
Yeah, and it was set up as a game show. So I actually looked it up, and apparently, like, these organizers, they decided to infect everybody in, like, this island. And they said that if you kill another person, you receive the vaccine. I don't know how that translates into this game show where this guy just goes bonkers and kills everybody, but somehow it did. Anyways, though, so like you get basically you just are on this game show and you have to come up with clever ways of killing people, and the more ways, the more clever they are, the more reward you get, and that reward, I think it's money. I'm not even for sure, but I do know that you start off with this chainsaw and you just start hacking things apart. And
yeah,
dude, it's so violent. Everything's black and white, like Luke said, except for the blood. The blood's red. Yeah, and oh my god, you just cover the floor in that. I mean, there's really not much else to say other than that. This was like at the time that it came out, everybody was like, "Whoa, this is a bit much here at Nintendo," but it was still a really good game. I had a lot of fun with it. I remember I got it. I had my mom rent it for me, and she was just like, "Oh, what is this?" I was like, "Oh, Mom, the world's just going mad. Don't worry about it."
No, I remember I was super hyped for this because the two big Wii exclusives that were like more adult games, but they're weird Japanese adult, but not actual mature games. It was this and No More Heroes. No More Heroes developed by Grasshopper. What's up?
Did you do No More Heroes already as a lesser known? Because that was definitely going to be a lesser known.
No, so I'll save that for a future lesser known because I haven't talked about that yet. But so that I was super hyped for the Wii, and I was like, because back in the day, I got a Wii slightly after launch for Christmas, and I didn't get a 360 or PS3 or nothing. I was Wii only. Wii was my only system in that generation, which I then realized, holy shit, that sucked. But at the time, I was like, these are the games, dude. These are the adult games that are going to prove that the Wii can be a mature console for adults and everybody. So I was super hyped for Mad World. I only played it with renting it, and then when you rented it, played it together. I never actually bought it, unfortunately, because I think let's see, it released in 2009, and it was around that time that my Wii stopped reading discs. So then I bought a 360. But
so I'm thinking now that we're talking about this, that I may just make a trip down to my local GameStop and see if they have this game, because it can't be much, especially now.
I could see this being one that like went out of print. It's probably rare.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I don't know. What?
I was just gonna say, shout out to Platinum Games. They used to be Clover Studio at Capcom, for those that didn't know, and they made a bunch of awesome shit, and they are making a bunch of awesome shit now. So,
yeah, I mean, major shout out to Bayonetta.
Oh, dude, Mad World is $13.18 on Amazon, so not expensive.
I just found a new I found a retro game store near me. I may make a trip up to there.
Yeah, support your local game stores, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm going to now.
I miss Game Over, man.
Dude, Game Over was crazy.
Shouts out to the sponsors, Game Over. I wish.
Dude, that would be I may actually get in touch with them. They may be interested in doing that.
They actually might. They're a hometown kind of thing, man.
Yeah. Anyways, though. All right. Anything else, guys? Mad World, you're lesser known. Luke, do you have an outro? That's a good outro. That's what I like. You started something too quick. I was just gonna be like, all right, yeah, that's a good one. All right.
No, we're good.
Anything else? Does anybody have anything to say? Put out there?
Nothing from me.
How about those drinks, boys?
I was getting there.
Oh.
That was actually a good segue. I liked it. My cappuccino oatmeal stout by Blue Moon. Dude, I can't not talk on this podcast ever. Anyways, though, it's actually it's not bad. I do think that it's like a good wine. You just need to, age a little bit by a couple minutes. What you need to do.
Yeah.
And it's a limited release. I actually do suggest that they very much limit it. It's not worth that much money to actually go out and get it. It's not bad. It's just I'm not going to spend money on it ever again. I think this is my last Blue Moon. So the next time we should have another one. It should be... Yeah, label, like I said, label stayed the same. It hasn't changed since the beginning of this podcast. It stayed on pretty well.
That's good.
Yeah, Starbucks drinks. That's actually doing it. That's like hitting the spot, very much so.
Shout out to the Starbs, bro.
Yeah, red cup and all. All right, Buck.
The Jaeger was good.
Wait, were you just taking shots, or were you make a drink, or what'd you do with it?
No, it was just shots of Jaeger, bud.
Jesus Christ. Going in.
Hey, man. It's by Friday.
Gotta relax, I guess, yeah. Gotta wind down.
Mm-hmm.
Can't blame you.
They were good, though. I missed it. I haven't had it in quite a while, so it was good to revisit. Always good.
Heck yeah.
How's the label?
The label is good.
Yeah. Did it stay on the whole time? It's important.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Luke?
Yeah, so I had the Stone Ruination Double IPA. I can't find an IBU rating on this, but it's definitely hoppier, more bitter than your traditional IPA, but it's a very good just symphony of flavor. It's not overpowering. I really appreciate when you have these beers that are labeled as double IPA, extra IPA, but they have that nice mix of flavor, and it just works out just right, because this doesn't blast you with the bitterness. It's very good. Yeah, I'm definitely impressed with this.
That's good.
Good label. Stayed on.
I do want to. the whole episode. Yeah, that's good. That's a good label. That's how you know it's a good label.
Oh yeah.
Gotta have that good label to go along with your beer.
I do want to say that Platinum Games, I'm looking at their Wikipedia page right now, and they also made Star Fox Zero, so reputation kind of went down there, boys.
Yeah, just ignore that part of it.
Turn it off before.
Yeah, edit the Wikipedia and delete that.
I think I'm going to leave it. I don't have editing permissions for Wikipedia. Anyways, no. Should we tell them about next episode?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, so next week we're going to record earlier than normal. I could probably just upload it at the same time as normal to keep the consistency. So it'll be our last episode of 2016. All of us will be here and there for the holidays, so we're not gonna be able to record one, on Christmas or right around Christmas. I'm
not gonna have internet connection.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah. So the episode going up next week will be our Game of the Year discussion. I'm anticipating that it's going to be fairly loose, fairly free form. Not like a straightforward. This is the nomination. This is the winner, etc. But
that's the way I was gonna do it.
Oh,
I'm just kidding, Colin.
I didn't. Yeah.
No, it's gonna be free form.
But I mean,
just us chit chatting.
Yeah, and in my opinion, I think it's been a great year. There hasn't been like the big major. It's like last year was Witcher 3 is like definitely game of the year, and like Bloodborne is way up there and stuff like that. But
Metal Gear.
Oh yeah, and Metal Gear. That's like definitely a contender. This year has a lot of low key stuff, but there's just a lot of it. And I don't know.
Yeah, there's just nothing that's overwhelming. But whatever, we'll get into that then.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more. So that'll be going up next week. Our game of the year discussion. So yeah, where can people find us at? You can subscribe on your podcast app, on your iPhone, on iTunes. Find us on the Google Play Store for your Android phone. We're at soundcloud.com/ztargeting. We are at Twitter and Instagram at ztargeting2016. And we are at Facebook at ztargetingmedia. Follow us on all those avenues to see what we're up to. You can follow myself at LukeDollar23 on Twitter. Dakota, did you change your Twitter name since the last episode?
I did not. I didn't get to it. No, not this time. Same as last time. Whatever that one was.
Okay, so it's Fox Dye 89, and then Buck
Sounds
is
about right.
Yeah, Buck is at Brow Gaming on Twitter. So that's where you can find us at.
Yeah.
Any final words? Any closing arguments, gentlemen?
They also made Transformers Devastation.
Yeah, definitely ignore that one. Wipe that off the record. They didn't make that. But they're also helping out with Nier Automata coming out in March. Can't wait for that. And Scalebound for the Xbox One exclusive.
I mean, they made Bayonetta. They made Bayonetta, and that's like.
And these are the folks that made Beautiful Joe back at Capcom.
Hey, stop saying some lesser knowns, jackass. That was another one that I had.
Dude, that game was so fucking good, bro.
Oh my god. All right. We gotta get out of here before we incriminate ourselves even more. This is ridiculous.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for checking us out. We will see you next time.
Signing off.